Before that, we're talking about West Ham, just how good is this squad, how excited are you, etc., etc. Great turnout last night at the London Stadium, just over 50,000 as well. Let's speak to Scott. He's a West Ham fan. He's first up on Drive. Hello, Scott. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, Andy. How you doing, Darren? You all right?
Oh, good, you?
Have you seen the new Bond movie, Scott?
I haven't as yet, mate, but my plan is to do that this weekend.
Oh, okay, I'm going this weekend as well. Do you know how much do you think it cost me, Scott, for 4 tickets to see James Bond? How much?
I'm going to say, because you're a Flash sod, I'm going to say...
Do you know what? And you are, Scott, you are 100% right as well.
Hold on.
Flash.
Although I am, Scott, and you are right, I'm not saying it for that reason. I'm saying because I haven't been to the cinema for, I don't know, 2 years probably. When it came up at the end, when it's like pay now, I thought like maybe I was getting a free car as well. How much do you reckon for 4 tickets?
I'm going to say 120, 250 quid.
No, probably about 80 quid.
I'm not in the movie.
70 quid, 80 quid?
70 quid?
Yeah.
70 quid? I've not even bought Pick-a-Mix yet.
You're not as Flash as me then, mate. I'd have gone for the nice seats, you know.
Oh, well, listen, I tried to get...
Where are you at the front?
I tried to get as far away from the general public as possible, Scott, trust me. Go on then, Scott, you're a West Ham fan, right?
I am indeed, yes. And I'm a very, very happy West Ham fan as well. And I think you'll find that the majority of us are. I mean, there are still the people that are not too happy with the board and whatnot. I can't say that I'm a huge fan of them. But at the end of the day, you know, David Moyes has come in there and he's made us a football club again. Rather than sort of all the stuff that went on in the background, and it's all talking about, you know, Gold and Sullivan and Brady and the move from the stadium and this. I mean, the stadium's ours now. We're there. Do you know what I mean? We've got to sit there and make it what it is. They've made the changes to the back of the to bring the seats closer to the back of the goal, which has generated a better atmosphere already.
Scott, do you think it was a little bit unfair then when people maybe said last season it wasn't a true reflection in terms of no fans being in the stadium, so they could play with a kind of a freedom?
Well, I was one of those, you know, because the way the sort of, you know, I think we needed it because, you know, we needed that toxicity out of the stadium for a while, get the boys to play football that we know they can, and now they've come back, and now you've got a bunch of jubilant fans that are sitting there going, you know, well, what's next? Where can we go? You know, and look, I'm not going to get carried away and think that we can do Champions League this year along with the Europa League, but can we win the Europa League? Yeah.
So, Scott, what would you then, and I know it's really early, but then what would you kind of prioritise in terms of go all out to win the Europa or...
100% go out to win the Europa, 100%. But do you know, the thing is, we've actually got a very good squad. I mean, if you can change 11 players from one Man United defeat, which was pretty tight, to change into another bunch of another 11 players, and Man United put out, you know, what Man United can change is more than what we can, and we go up to Old Trafford and win, then go to Leeds and win, and then do this. And I think, you know, the toughest game we're going to have out of that group is Brentford, because, you know, we'll see how they're doing and they're flying and stuff like that. But for me, I think that, you know, a realistic position for West Ham this year, 6th, 7th. But I think Declan Rice as a player, I mean, he was fantastic during the Euros. I think he was underrated during the Euros. I personally think he was our best player in the final until he was taken off. And, you know, he could be like a Kante, you know, for Leicester in their winning season, you know.
Okay, Scott, listen, I'm going to let you go for 2 reasons. One, I think you need to park. And 2, there's a...
No, listen, I'm parked. I'm on the M25. Don't worry.
You're parking on the M25?
That queue for petrol's gone back far. Scott, I'm going to let you go because I want to speak to Jack, but thanks for your call.
Cheers, guys.
There you go, Scott, the West Ham fan.
Parking on the M25? Where is that?
What's all that about? Let's speak to Jack, the West Ham fan. Hello, Jack, how are you?
Hello, boys. How are we?
Well, good. Have you seen James Bond yet? Have you seen it yet, Jack?
I've got to say, I'm not a great fan.
Oh, my goodness.
You're not a fan of James Bond? See you, Jack. Thanks for coming on.
No, unfortunately not.
Why? Why are you not a fan of Bond?
I don't know. It's just repetitive. It's the same stuff over and over again. He's going to get caught somewhere where you think he's never going to get out, and then, he's got out. It's just the same.
That's the movie industry, really. I mean, you know, when you watch Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise won't die, don't you?
I don't like Mission Impossible either.
Okay, you know when you watch Danger Mouse that him and Penfold won't get caught by Baron Greenback, right?
That's a little bit before my time.
I don't think it is, Jack. Go on, listen, you're a West Ham fan. You must be so excited at the moment with your side.
I am excited, but I've actually rung up to talk about one player, and he didn't play much last night, but when he come on, he completely changed the second half, and that's Pablo Fornals. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. Over the last sort of nearly 24 hours since the game last night, I've heard Bowen's name, Rice, Antonio. I've heard Dawson was good, the goalkeeper, but no one's mentioned Fornals. He come off the bench. He was knocking the ball about. He played a lovely ball into Bowen, which he should have scored when he rounded the goalkeeper.
Do you know what, Jack? I do like Fornals, and I think his work rate is exceptional. He gets into good positions, but often he sometimes, just for me, he chooses the wrong option sometimes, and I think maybe that's why he doesn't get the credit he deserves. Like, listen, he does everything right in terms of getting there, but it's just that last little bit where, for me, he lets himself down a little bit.
See, I've got to say, this season, I disagree with that, because like I say, last night he played a beautiful ball into Bowen. There was another moment last night where he was literally on his own. There was no one else around him. I think the closest player to him was Bowen, but he was by the corner flag. And he took a shot, which I don't mind. The keeper saved it. It was a good save. But he's got a few assists this season, if I'm not wrong. So, this maybe last season I'd have said that, but this season I think he's really come on. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves sometimes.
Okay, Jack, thank you for your call. Keep coming in. 08717 223344. West Ham fans, if you want to have your say on National Radio, pick up the phone now because we're moving on in about 10 minutes' time. You're listening to Drive on talkSPORT with WeBuyAnyCar.com. Sell your car in under an hour, leaving you more time to enjoy the football.